Right then. Magical Monday. Not so much. I got a heavy route day today. Yeah. Not putting on a lot of parts. It's diagnostics, but one of them is the one that I got to put the parts on is difficult. I got this lid actuator kit. These are the motors on that Fisher Paykel double disc drawer that's been giving me fits. I gotta put the motors in. I already put the new lid in that was bent. I gotta put these motors in and hopefully that solves the problem. Yeah. Otherwise, I gotta try to get the unit exchanged for the customer. Anyway, quite the weekend. Yep. Like I said, I went down the turd Saturday and poured the resin on that counter. And I forgot to turn off the light that's under the cabinet over the top of that. And I was driving home Saturday night and I'm like, oh shit, bugs are going to be drawn to that light and they're going to drop into the resin. So yesterday after church, I proposed to Scrunch that we take a run down and check it out and see if that actually happened. And maybe I could dig, if the resin hadn't cured, I could dig any bugs out of it before it sets up like concrete. And we had to go and do some other, we went to Menards, we went to Fleet Farm. I told her I'd take her out to dinner at Hoo Hot. We really like Hoo Hot, Mongolian grill. And she thought that was a great idea. She did her little happy dance, and like a date, a date day. So we get to the trailer and the resin had set up to where you could touch it. And sure enough, a fly had dropped into the resin. Yep. Damn it. There was a couple of lumps too. Low areas that I tried to fill with leftover resin that I had in the pail. I just tried dripping it in there with a stick. Well, it made a lump because it didn't flow and merge into the other stuff, which was already starting to cure. And those lumps are still there. Otherwise, it would have been a damn near perfect pour. Yeah. It's looking great, but I'm a perfectionist and that bothers me. But while we were there, yeah, we knocked boots. I fornicated. I sinned. Oh, it was a good one. It's been a while. Oh. So we had a quickie. Ouch. Made her day. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's walking around in the store afterward and, oh, I'm still high. I love it. Anyway, I digress. I've been asking her for a while now because I'm pretty convinced now, after lots of thought and weighing pros and cons and pontification on the subject, that she is the one. Yeah, you've heard me say this before. Screaming at your phones. Oh yeah, you said that about Mia. Oh yeah, you said that about the diva. Oh yeah, you said that about Kate. Yep. Yep. Well, that's why you tune in, because this is such a shit show. You just want to see what's going to happen, right? Oh well, something happened. So I've been thinking about it, and I've been asking her what her ring size is, for an engagement ring, and she didn't know. So she said, "Oh, we'll go to a jewelry store and get my finger sized," right? So we did that yesterday. She had an idea on what she wanted for an engagement ring. She doesn't want something big and flashy and big diamond or anything like that, like I got for Mia. She wants something more subdued, and she was thinking what would be nice for her is both of our birthstones on the same ring. So she was looking for that. She was talking to the sales lady, and she was looking for that. And she found it, and she found one she liked. And next thing you know, Kenny bought it. Yep. There goes my paycheck. Yep. Ugh. I remember I said I always have buyer's remorse. I buy something big, and then I have buyer's remorse, like with the Argo. It didn't happen with the diesel heater. No, because I knew straight up that I needed it. But when I was in Menards yesterday, I found a different brand of heater like that for significantly less money. It was like $100 versus $1,700. It's made by Mr. Heater. Yeah. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah. But I'm happy with my purchase because it's American made in Wisconsin. Everything on it is made in Wisconsin. There's great customer service after the sale from the reviews I've read, and it will do a great job. So I'm happy with that purchase, and I didn't have buyer's remorse, right? So I had buyer's remorse on this ring. We weren't even out of the parking lot, and I was like, oh man. Now, it's not thousands of dollars. Again, she didn't want anything glitzy and glamorous and flashy, right? So, and it was on sale. Everything's always on sale. Yeah, that's what we were told. Oh, it's on sale till the end of this month. Oh, yeah. And then it goes up another $200. Rose gold, that's what she likes. So, yeah. So anyway, I did that. So she's really happy. Yes. And then that was on the way down to the trailer. So then after the trailer, she's got a little handheld battery-operated pruning shears for pruning hedges, but that was at the trailer because I got to use it on some bushes there. We went to her place, and I trimmed up this hedge in the backyard that was bothering her because it was all disheveled. And got that trimmed up, and then we went to Hoo Hot and had a huge supper. Oh my God, I ate like a pig. Yeah. And then we came home. Now, Saturday night, when we came home she helped me down at the trailer. She showed up, and I did that flood coat. I'll put the picture of the counter as a header on this picture. But anyway, she helped me do the final pour on that. We came rolling into the neighborhood up at the lake house, and everything was dark. I'm like, uh-oh. And as we're driving down my road, there's a tree across the road. So a branch on an oak tree fell off, a big one. It was rotted, and it fell off, and it took down the power wire. We had no power. So the house is dark. That means no furnace. That means no lights. That means no refrigerator. That means no sewage lift station down in the basement. We can't run water. That means no water because I have a well and the pump is operated by electricity. We were totally dead in the water. And no generator. I didn't have a generator. My generator's sitting up at camp. Yep. So, yeah. So we're walking around. The place is lit. I didn't have any kerosene for my kerosene lanterns. Yeah, I collect kerosene lanterns. There's no kerosene. We're walking around, and she's starting to get agitated, frustrated, pissed. My neighbor, Lisa, next door, has one of those big standby Generac generators for her house, whole house generator. So I heard that running. So I went over there and talked to her and asked her if somebody had called the electric company to come and deal with it. She said, yeah. And then I asked her about that generator. And that system, that Generac standby generator system, cost $10,000. Scrunchy's like, we're getting one. I'll take my bonus next year and we're getting it. We can't have this. We can't have no power, no heat. She said, imagine if this would happen in the dead of winter. We had an ice storm and a tree came down and took out the wires. We'd have no furnace. We'd have no electricity, no water, no nothing. I go, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus. We're buying it. Team player. Big time. Yeah. I would have to take a home equity loan, go back into debt to pay for that. Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. And I think she's serious. I don't think she's stringing me along. Yeah. And then yesterday, at the end of the day, I went to my grocery store down in South Central because their prices are so much more reasonable than anywhere else. I walked out of there with, well, if you count the plastic bags, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 15 bags of groceries. Yeah, stocking up for a couple of months. You know, the bill was just under $300, or it was just over $300. She paid half the bill because she said, well, I'm there a lot and I'm eating up all your food. I'm like, team player. So this is the right thing. Yeah. So we have all the same interests for the most part. We get along really good. We both have a high sex drive. Yeah, she's starting to go to church with me and is curious about learning about the right way to get to heaven and whatnot. So yeah. Yep. So it was a big weekend. Yeah. Yep, big weekend. The ring will be here in about 2 weeks. Yep. Yep. So, wow. All right then. What else? Rob threw me under the bus. I think I talked about this. He calls me yesterday. Scrunch is in the car with me yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, I bet he'll call. He'll call you up," because he was laying low. He knew he did wrong. Sure enough, no sooner did she say that, 15 minutes later, the phone's ringing, and here it's Rob. First he acted like nothing had happened. Hey bud, what's happening? I'm like, no, don't do that. But he apologized. Yep. So I said, don't ever do it again. You're supposedly a Marine. You know how this works. You got my 6, I got your 6. I had your 6 even in the middle of Kate pounding on me, calling me an asshole and a prick and a jerk and everything under the sun. I was still defending you. Don't ever do that again, or you will be dead to me. Understand, he said. I apologize. I'm like, all right, we're good. So it's back on. Granted, I'm a little stung, you know, but I'll get over it. I'm a big boy. Haven't heard from Phil in a while. He chimed in yesterday. Hey bud, how you doing? I just had an awesome fish fry last night for supper, thanks to you. I sent him home with a bag full of fish the last time he was up at the lake house. I got to get him up there again. I'll take him out there. We'll do that crappie trolling pass method that I have, and we'll get him a bunch more fish to send home. Yep. Plus, if I can get him up there on a Sunday, I'd like to take him to my church. I think he's going to the wrong church. I'm worried. I think he's going to one of these churches that are all inclusive. God loves everybody, even if you're a homo, even if you're a transgender. Well, it's true, he loves you, but you're sinning big time. You're fornicating, you're sinning. It's demonic stuff you're participating in. God's rooting for you that you'll come and see the light, but most of them don't. I don't know. But I got to get him up to the house, get him into some more fish and hang out. Yeah. I want to send him home with a bag of my winter blend, if he can handle it. It's pretty heavy shit. Yep. Other than that, nothing new to report. Oh, yes, there is. So the reason Rob had to call me, he had to set aside his pride and his shame and his humility, or his guilt, and he had to call me, is because he had to tell me about the daughter, Kate's daughter, and how she got smacked with some bad karma all in one day with her car, which is her most important possession. Right? Now, she's one of these tuner chicks. Her boyfriend that she got with, he's into these foreign tuner cars, you know, that sit down real low on the ground, and they got thumping stereos in them, and they're all look like race cars, but they don't have enough power to spin the tires off the stop sign, you know, that kind of thing. Fart pipes on the back, bah, you know. He's into that shit, so she's a follower, and she's into that shit. So she has one. She has a Honda or something that they put a suspension kit in and dropped it and did a bunch of stuff. But anyway, Karma kicked her ass with her car. First, a big rock somehow bounced out of the vehicle in front of her and shattered her windshield. It didn't just crack the windshield or put a chip in it. It spider shattered it. Like, yeah. That's one. This all happened, I guess, on the same day. So that happened first. And then there was a 2x6 laying in the road that she, because she's a ditzy driver, she drove over the top of it. Well, since the car sits so low to the ground, the front spoiler that's underneath the bumper caught it, and it ripped the spoiler off the car. Yeah. It's either a 2x6 or it was a 4x4. Chunk of 4x4 or firewood or something. Rob didn't say. She hit a chunk of wood and ripped the spoiler off the front of the car. Then there was a big rock, a good-sized rock sitting in the road. Instead of going around it, because she has a low car, she thought she could straddle it. So she straddled it, went over the top, and the rock, she caught the rock with the front suspension on the front axles, and it bounced. It rolled and bounced, and it punched a hole right through the pan on her transmission, and all her tranny fluid leaked out on the ground. The car is useless. Yep. Yep. So Rob's all gleeful. Karma kicked your ass. Well, he's not a white lighter, so he's not going to take the white lighter stance on that. But now what's going to happen? This broke loser doesn't have enough money to fix the car. She needs to get to work. What's she going to drive? Rob's truck? Is Rob going to bend and cave and let her drive his brand new Dodge pickup truck so she can get to work? He and I are going to have a conversation about this later because I want to find out what's going to happen. If he's trying to save his marriage with Kate, he's going to pretty much be forced to be the knight in shining armor for the miscreant daughter that's doing nothing but disrespecting him and causing him problems. Yeah, because if he goes against the daughter, he's going against Kate. That's what caused this whole problem in the first place. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Now, he does have a plow truck. Yeah, just a beater pickup truck with a snowplow on it to plow the driveway in the winter. He was preparing for this winter. This will be the first winter they've been in this house, this $400 and something thousand house. So she'll probably end up driving that. And wrecking it or getting in an accident because she can't judge the distance between the front of the plow blade on the truck and the car stopped in front of her. Smash. I foresee bad things happening. So yeah, that happened. Rob's all happy. All right, that's all I got for now. Talk to you later.